don't wake me from this.
What's going on, legends? LGG Alden here. Today I'm back with update 0.29 alpha for the forest. We actually don't have too long till alpha 30. It looks like it's less than 12 days. That's actually probably one of the shortest I think it's ever been. But we got a lot of cool new stuff in this update. A lot of new systems and things with your character that really affects it. Let's get right into it, guys. It's really awesome. Also, to explain to anybody, for the 25 days of Christmas, this doesn't really count as the video. There is another video going up, I believe, in a little while. This is just kind of to keep tradition of doing every single update video on the forest. That's all. First thing I want to go over, guys, is brand new systems that they have. They have a stats page. It's all in the book, so I'll show you guys right now. If you go in the book, you'll see there are two new tabs. One of them being the to-do list, and the other one being stats. Now, the way these kind of work is obviously the to-do list makes sense. Oh, what's with the weird shadow? I don't know. The to-do list is pretty much going over different things, and it kind of helps you out on what you're going to be doing, how you're going to be finding stuff. So basically, obviously, it starts off, find Timmy, set up the camp, find the missing plane passengers, and that has a lot to do with the passenger manifest added last update. But, of course, finding Timmy is your overall goal. The stats page. Now, this is very crazy, and a lot goes into this, and a lot will probably come out of this in future updates. But what they have is, as you can see, days survived, and it tells you your feeling. So that a lot goes into this, like sanity, strength, tiredness, hunger, athleticism, and weight. So my health is 100%. Over time, that will change. There is a lot of things that can affect this, and it has armor and cold armor. I believe cold armor would be classified as wearing cloth or some sort of thing like that. But basically what you can do is you can get, obviously your thirst is based on the thirst that's always been in the game. Same with hunger, sanity. Now sanity, a lot goes into this. Basically killing enemies, chopping limbs, and eating enemies and stuff, and even in caves, sanity goes up when sleeping, I believe, listening to music, and eating non-limb meat. So basically you eat an actual animal. It will restore it, and it will help your energy and your sanity. So pretty much just be careful with that, because I don't know what's sanity getting too low. It doesn't really explain. There wasn't a lot on it. Obviously, it's probably can be kind of bad if it gets too low. So make sure to watch that. The rest are usually pretty similar. Current feeling, obviously, based on all your different things. It's going to tell you how you are. If you're bad, you got to do something about that. You got to kind of balance it out a little more. Running, though, and moving around, like running around the map, and underwater, go into athleticism, which, yeah, so basically swimming and running, those are the two important ones for that. You have your strength stat, which goes up while eating food good, like eating good food such as animals and all that, and chopping trees, and it'll go down when exerted or undurfed. Yeah. So pretty much if you sit around, you don't do anything, you don't cut down a lot of trees, you don't move around a lot, it will go down, and if you eat a lot of bad food. The weight stat, which I believe is it, yeah, right there, the weight stat considered right there, can change based on how much food you eat, and if you're overweight, it will lower your athleticism, which is pretty interesting. So a lot of this actually ties into each other, which would make sense. It's like a real human body. That is really cool. That's one of the biggest things they added this update, and there's a lot of other things that I'll be going over next, guys. Next two things I want to go over. Now, there is no specific way to show it, but I would imagine you would know. It probably has some sort of a icon or anything for it. They have food poisoning and blood infection. Food poisoning has a 20% chance of kicking in when you get damaged by food. So that would mean bad berries, eating mushrooms, I believe, probably eating mutants or whatever, the cannibals' body parts. Anything around that has a 20% chance of getting food poisoned, and it can be cured with alloy or by sleeping. And basically the effects of it is it lowers your fullness, thirst, health, energy, regeneration. So pretty much it's not a good thing. You don't want that. You got to be careful with what you eat. Try to eat good food or else you can have this. Now, blood infection, there's a 25% chance of it happening when receiving physical damage while bloody. So that would be, oh, you get the little message that always says, you have blood on you, go in water or something to wash it off before you get infected. Now you can be infected and kind of cured the same way by alloy. I believe sleeping does not cure it, but it will go away automatically after 2 in-game days. It lowers your strength if you have that, so you got to be careful or else you'll be obviously a lot weaker and you're not going to be as good to fight. So pretty much if it says you're bloody, go wash it off, go in any form of water, whatever you have to do, get it off or else you don't want to get infected. That would be a really bad thing. Another thing the system just did, so this is with the to-do system, you will hear a pencil scratching, and as before there was only 3 things. Now it says set up defenses, which is obviously based on the fact that nighttime will be coming eventually. It probably helps you, and the to-do list is probably just a good pointer, which that's good. That's an awesome thing to have because sometimes you don't necessarily know what to do, and pointing it in the right direction is probably a really helpful thing. And I guess I would imagine after doing that, it would help you. It will cross it out and tell you, and then you know you're kind of on to the next step. Another little thing added to the game is a new bird. If you haven't heard, I believe you could probably hear it in previous little parts. There are crows. Now, I don't exactly know what they look like. They said there isn't a for sure thing for it. This is, I believe what it is the crow looks like that. Now, it's the exact same thing as a bird. There is no difference. There is some cannibals, that's great. But there is no major difference in them. They just make a crow noise. So pretty much just having more birds just for style and all that, which is kind of cool. One new way you can get seeds now, guys, is by collecting berries. Now, I don't know the exact odds that you get them. We'll see. Kind of collecting berries, I guess, has the possibility to give you seeds. I don't know if it's a rare chance, a high chance. Probably the same as just cutting down leaves and picking up plants and all that. The normal amount, which is a good way to get new seeds and stuff. And I would imagine it probably doesn't really make a correlation to, oh, if you pick up these seeds, you're going to get berry seeds. It's not too custom yet. I think it's just normal seeds. Another useful thing that they have now is with Molotovs. Obviously, in past updates, they added so that now you have to light the Molotov and you can throw it. Before, the way it kind of worked is if you threw it and the alcohol got on a plant of some sort or an enemy or anything, and you threw one lit, it would hit it and it would instantly light them on fire, or if they ran into fire, it would cause their chances to go up. Now what they added is if you were to throw a normal Molotov on the ground without it lit, it will basically put alcohol on the ground, and if you throw a lit Molotov in the same spot, it's a bigger fire. Now, it kind of looks like it is a definitely bigger fire, and it's kind of actually staying around for a little bit longer, which is kind of cool. So a useful thing right there. If you mess up and you forget to light your Molotov, or just for any reason you want to get a huge fire line or something, just go for it. Whatever you think. That's kind of cool though that they did add that. The thing with traps now is you can almost time this out and use it to your advantage. With tennis balls, you can set off tripwire traps. So if you were to create any form of a tripwire trap, it would pretty much set it off, and you can use that to attack enemies. So if one of them is near it, or there's a Molotov tripwire trap would be a good example, use a tennis ball if one's nearby and set it off and it'll light it on fire. Probably a good idea, cool system, but also at the same time that means you got to be careful if you're going to throw a tennis ball and there's traps nearby. Now with campfires, if they run out of fuel 2 times, now I believe this is only campfires, it would make sense that it is only campfires because they are sort of a temporary fire, not like the fire pit, but if it runs out of fuel 2 times, it will destroy. It will just go away, it'll be gone, you can't use it anymore. Which is smart, and sometimes you don't want it anymore. You'd rather have a better fire pit or anything. It works a little better. So pretty much you run out of fuel 2 times in that, it's gone. And another good system to kind of get into, and this is a lot to do with the balancing that they did, with fires at night, it has a better chance to attract enemies. Enemies are less likely to find your base now, and they're not just going to instantly say, oh, I can sense the players over there, I'm going to head towards there. It's more like, if they see your base, oh, they're going to be interested to know, hey, that's a base, let's go check it out. Or if there's light coming from it, they're instantly going to think there's got to be somebody there. Also, when you make trees fall, you knock them down, that will attract an enemy. So especially at night, you got to be careful with that. During the day, you probably don't have as much of an issue with this stuff, but definitely at night. So that's something interesting, is you're a lot safer from the cannibals. And especially with the last update, when they did add the system so that if the base is impenetrable, they will not be able to get in, and you will not wake up during sleep. So pretty much a lot more realism is coming to the game, which is a good thing, and I really like that because this game is already realistic as it is. One last little thing is cave maps now have water. I have showed the cave map before. Pretty much it just lays out a layout of all the maps and stuff when you explore them. Now it'll show water, so pretty much you know, hey, there's water here from the cave map. Okay, good to know. But all of that, that's pretty much what's in this update. There's not a huge one. It wasn't too long from the last period. I do like all these new systems and stuff, especially with the book, the to-do list, and anything. And it does not cross out stuff because I did set up a camp, I believe. I don't know what the full setup is, what it considers, but setting up a campfire definitely did not cross off that list. So it looks like maybe there's a lot of work to go with it. We'll see in future updates. The next update, like I said, is only 11 something days away. Not bad at all. We only went down 2% of health, so it looks like currently I'm hungry. Health is not a big issue. It looks like this isn't a terrible system. It looks like it's not hard to get down on anything and you're not going to die easily, which is cool though. I love all this new stuff that they're adding in every update. This game has the greatest update, guys. Hopefully this did inform you though. If it did, make sure to like, subscribe, and all that. Thanks guys for watching. Remember to be a legend, and if I missed anything, please comment below so other people can find out about it. Important for them. Thanks guys. Remember to be a legend, and I'll see you guys next time.